excited for this reading. And some really interesting things happened as I was getting ready for it. First off, I did like a TikTok video about getting ready for this reading. And interesting things came in, but then I was dressed in something different. I'm still wearing it underneath. But I heard like get cozy. Like get cozy, get comfy. I literally got hot cocoa and the cup, like when I went to go get my cup, I heard shamanic, like use your intuitive gifts. And I thought, "Ugh, am I supposed to get like my shamanic bridge cup?" And my eyes went directly to this one, which is in the back of the cupboard. And I heard, just because you hear it doesn't mean it's like translated literally. And to trust what you see. And what I saw was this cup. And so I grabbed it and it is well with my soul. And so then I'm waiting for the cocoa to get all done and it is all cozy. And I put this sweatshirt on. It's Glacier National Park. It's actually my dad's. And so that's fun. It's cozy. It's nice. Anyway, and I start singing this song by someone I didn't know the name of them. I had to look it up. It's Matt Nathanson. And I recently accidentally typed out like, I'm Nathan for some reason. And that was brought back up to my mind that was a typo I had this week. And it was Matt Nathanson, Come On Get Higher. And I was brought to how long the song was. And how long the song was just so happened to coincide with a God promise number that I had gotten earlier this year, like that God keeps God's promises. My right ear is starting to ring. And so as I'm piecing this all together and I'm feeling really inspired to do your reading and really excited, I'm listening to these lyrics, and it's talking about they're interesting lyrics. Not all of them are relevant, but I got chills when I heard, as I breathe out and I breathe in, if I could walk on water, if I could tell you what's next, make you believe, make you forget. And I have chills through my whole body as I read that again, and some tears coming to my eyes as I start to remember some of the other things that came up before your reading. And that is, I opened myself up as a vessel to deliver like the full experience. Like up until a point, I'll even allow my world to be influenced in small ways to help bring forward the full experience of what someone is like going through, to be able to better understand it, feel it. It's part of the shamanic gifts that I have as a shaman. And I had some little incidents happen this week, specifically in the last few days. Thank you all, by the way, for the purchase of this reading, and whoever else is watching this that resonates with this, please stick around for it. But this is intended for one individual specific person. And if your guides brought you here and you're already resonating with some of the things that I'm saying, great, stick around. There's probably something here for you. But someone ordered, this person whose initials start with K. I believe KR are the initials. Anyway, I had some incidents happen. One of them being I got a blood blister, which I have not gotten one of these in a really long time. I cannot even remember the last time that I got one of these. I dropped something on my foot. I had something else happen with my foot. And then I hit my hand right before this reading also. And so what came through with that is like there's been some frustration, some painful things. These are temporary. Like if and left ear is ringing, which is my message ear. So this one's like, pay attention. This is important. Like whatever I'm saying at that moment is super important. But now my left ear is ringing. That a major part of this message is like spirit, God, the universe. I feel like this is God. I feel like whether you resonate with the word God or not, I do. And I believe that Adonai, the one infinite creator, the universe, as I also call God, source, as I also call God, if you could see what God sees, you would see how small these incidents have been and how they're all working in your favor. And that there's like this need for a perspective shift. We're not even into the cards yet. I do have cards picked out, like, or decks picked out for you. This is just what I'm being asked to start with. If you could see the difference in perspective on some of the things that are happening in your life. For example, when I got this blood blister, did I deserve to have that blood blister? No, not necessarily. I'm putting the thumbs up, so it's doing a reaction in here. But did I deserve that? No, it was for a purpose. It was to help me understand something more. And also, I have been taught, and I'm going to share this wisdom with you. Maybe you already know this. Maybe you already know this. Maybe you don't. I'm being told, like, get comfy, put your hair up, like all the things. But when I got that injury, I actually spared myself from potentially something worse. Why? Why did I potentially spare myself from something worse? Because the universe works in balance, and we will have an equal number of negative things as we have positive, or negative things as we have positive. One hand is not more negative than the other, but we will have an equal number of negative things as positive things in our life. And to which degree those negative and positive things happen, how severe they are, doesn't actually matter. That's where we have influence. So by me opening myself up to be able to deliver a message to you more clearly, I also have this karmic benefit to that, because the pain that I'm open to experiencing on behalf of delivering a message to you counts towards my negative bucket. And what a small thing to have to endure. It's going to heal in a few days. It didn't hurt that bad. I didn't cry. And yet it was negative. I also pushed the wrong button at the gas station and kind of was like, oh, and then I had to go back in and pay again because they canceled the card payment, and the card that I use doesn't have a chip, and like it's this whole cluster of things that were just minor inconveniences, but stacked together they can be really frustrating, and sometimes we can beat ourselves up for it. But the perspective that I can see with this, of dropping a cutting board on my foot and slamming my hand into my nightstand on accident and getting a blood blister and the variety of other things that happen, finding a broken pot in my compost, these things that, yeah, they're inconvenient. Yes, I'm going to have to deal with them. And some of them are quick and some of them are going to take a little bit of extra work. In the grand scheme of things, what a blessing to have such a minor inconvenience in my life instead of something more major. So I want to start with that. I want to ask that if you haven't gotten cozy yet, pause this. Go get cozy. If you're able to get cozy, get cozy. If you have cocoa and you like cocoa, go get some cocoa. Go put on a sweatshirt and sweatpants. Snuggle with your favorite blanket. Have a little snack with you of some kind that you want that feels comfy. Go grab a stuffed animal from when you were little if you want to. Because we're going to dig in here and it's going to take a little while. I'm pulling for you specifically. You paid for a double reading here. So my personal recorded readings are 4 cards of tarot and 1 card of oracle. And you paid for double that. You wanted 8 cards of tarot and 2 cards of oracle. So that's what we're going to do. All right. Are you cozy? Oh, that's good cocoa, man. That is good cocoa. I'm going to get fully cozy here. Spirit, where are we going first? We're going to start with this one. And we're going to go 17 cards down. 17 reminds me of hope, faith, the Star card, and the album that this Matt Nathanson's song is on, Come and Get Higher, is from his album called like Some Mad Hope or something like that. like this idea of like keep holding on to hope. Now, for the belief factor, the faith factor of the person in front of me, because I said 17 down, well, what if I planned out the card? 17 down. Spirit says, don't worry, you can shuffle. Go ahead and shuffle, Paige. Go ahead and shuffle. Shuffle as many times as you want, but go 17 down. I have full faith that whatever card that is going to come out here is absolutely going to be the exact card that you need to hear. We will even like mix them up like this, you know, just kind of putting them all over the place. So like wherever they are, they are. Shuffle them a couple more times. So there's no way that this lady could plan out 17 cards down. I don't work that way. I don't work off of fake stuff. Integrity is everything to me. It really is. And even getting into this work was really hard for me because I didn't believe it in the beginning. I never thought any of this stuff was real, but God uses all sorts of things to bring messages in. He's used bushes, and he's used humans showing up to Lot's house as angels, and all sorts of things. Clouds with the voice of God, you know, like visions, all sorts of things God has used. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, another thing. So we're 7 here. Something else that came out was Shield Maiden. When I was picking these decks, I heard Freya and Odin and Shield Maiden. That in a past life, whether you believe in past lives or not, I'm giving you this reading. You can take what resonates and what doesn't. You can believe it or not. I heard they were a Shield Maiden before. So I think that's pretty rad. Shield Maiden, you can look up what that is, but essentially someone that is, you know, a woman that is protecting someone that is in need of protection. But I didn't ask a lot of questions, really any questions around it other than like, is that for this person? Yes. And then there was a lot of like gratitude that like rippled through the universe, energy coming through. Oh, and then there's another deck I need to grab over here too. I forgot. We're at 7 here. We got to go 10 more down. This one. I forgot I wrote that one down too. Okay. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Leave that here. Ooh, I feel energy going through my heart chakra. Oh, Archangel Raphael also came up while I was grabbing some of these decks. Again, be cozy. 222 and 456. 456. 222 and 456. I think that's all the notes that I had. But I feel it in my heart chakra. Okay, we're going to flip it? Yeah, we're going to flip it. Spirit, healers, and helpers are with you. That is giving very much green Archangel Raphael energy. My whole upper part of my body now has like this warmth going up through it, even like through like the cheeks going this direction. It's pretty interesting. This is a very beautiful card. It is card number 11. We're going to read card 11. It's on page 38. 38 reminds me of I love you. Like one sentence, 3 words, 8 letters. I love you. So you may have some ancestors or really close relatives that passed away that may be speaking. This almost looks like a mouth and a nose there on the edge. You are always connected to healing spirits, and no matter what is holding you down, they are there to help you get back up and to get on with your life. Don't be afraid to use their power for yourself or to help others. They are telling you that the compassion they give doesn't just make the weak strong, it also makes the strong even stronger, especially when you know in your heart that your intentions are good and true. And I have chills through, like, going up my sides right here and then up and over, like almost like some type of like armor of some kind, and then my cheeks are tingling again. I don't know if you get like tingling in your cheeks or something, but it's really coming in strongly with the cheeks, and I don't get that all the time. I do get it once in a while, but not all the time. I also want to say that when I was hearing what I was hearing in my mind from Spirit is when it said, "Don't be afraid to use their power for yourself or to help others." The power of prayer or the power of energy work when you are working on behalf of someone or you are doing something in somebody's name. So in the Christian church, they do things in Jesus' name or in the name of God Almighty. But we can also extend that out to other energies as well, even ancestors. You're essentially borrowing, the star card is coming back in, borrowing someone's faith. Sometimes when we are feeling really low, and I've done this for my friends, my spiritual friends, I've been like, if you are low on faith, remember I have it, and I give permission for people to borrow my faith for the highest good, for their highest timeline, in line with their divine soul path, with nothing nefarious attached. So only for good, benevolent things. People can borrow my faith, and I put those boundaries on it because I don't want someone to use my things for not great. But you can utilize the faith of your own spirit guides, the angels, of Jesus, of God, like however it is that you resonate with that. There are other energies out there that on your weakest days, on the days where you don't believe, where you've lost a little bit of hope, you can borrow the faith of others. That's love. Love transfers like that. Love is unlimited. Love can always be drawn upon. Love is always shared. And you can even ask God when working for the highest good. You don't want negative karma by using it for selfish, non-benevolent reasons, but you can borrow source energy. Not even borrow, you can have it. You can just have it. You can ask for it and it will pour down, and you'll find yourself actually more energized because you're using source's energy, God's energy, instead of depleting from your own body. I find that people that use only their own energy running through their own body and not drawing on unlimited power sources, which also make us unlimited in power when we realize how connected we are to everything out there. When people are using just their own, they tend to burn out a lot. Even, this is my truth that I'm being asked to share with you, that when we are only trying to do it all alone, all by ourselves, we can actually bring on dis-ease or disease into our body. And it actually brings us into an imbalance because we aren't meant to be alone. We aren't meant to do things alone. And even with this reading being that it is posted on like multiple platforms, even though it's just for you, the karmic benefit, positive karma that you get from ordering something like this, that is then posted for others to watch, that will resonate with it and learn this exact thing. My heart chakra is going wild again because like it pays out these massive blessings to you because of one decision that has a ripple effect that can change other people's lives. This one piece of information of calling on other energies, asking them and listening if they're willing. I even just put in different types of boundaries saying, and if you're open and willing to help me, not demanding that anything help me, but, if you're open and willing, I accept it for my highest good, my highest timeline, in line with my divine soul path with nothing nefarious attached. When I send energy, I say the same types of things as long as they're open and willing to receive with respect to their boundaries and their free will to reject anything that I send. And if they don't, it falls flat down to the earth to be transmuted and dispersed where it needs to go. Knowing that energy will always flow back to me, knowing that I will have unlimited energy coming to me. I don't need to call my power back necessarily because I don't mind sharing my energy benevolently to the earth. And sometimes I'll set it to where I'll have it flow out to the next person that was asking for a miracle that is open and willing to receive, with respect to their boundaries and their free will to reject. If whatever person doesn't want to receive it from me, or, I'll ask for the next benevolent being, that if that one doesn't want to help me, if I'm calling on, let's say, the energy of Odin, and Odin's like, I don't want to help you, Paige. I've literally never had Odin not want to help me, but let's say that Odin didn't want to, then the next benevolent being that's here for my highest good, highest timeline, that's willing to work in line with my divine soul path with nothing nefarious attached, I'll ask for them as well. And those are just basics. So I hear a fly buzzing. Flies remind me of Loki. He's a trickster spirit, but also works benevolently within really strict boundaries. Loki was one of them that helped me learn how to set the deepest boundaries because of his trickster nature. He would find the loopholes and help me understand better how to set my boundaries so that they were just solid, with so many lines of energetic coding, kind of like computer coding. Okay, I digress. So this says that, they are telling you that the compassion they give doesn't just make the weak strong, it also makes the strong even stronger, especially when you know in your heart that your intentions are good and true. Feel spiritual healing power in you and around you and use it to its full capacity. So they want you to ramp up your energetic work, to learn more deeply how to protect your energy, set up essentially like firewalls for your energy, and share your energy, but also get energy as well from other energies. So we're done with this one. Where are we going to go next? I love how this reading is already going. It's so cool. Like, it's just one card in. So like 9 to go here. Okay. I'm going to use this and this. Which one first? This one first. This is kind of the bonus card is what I hear. This is the bonus. Dusk or dawn? Dusk. Dusk. This has 2 guidebooks. It has a dusk and a dawn. Ooh, kind of hurts to shuffle. That blister. For the highest good of this beautiful energy in front of me, please. The tulip. Ooh, I don't think I've read this one in a while. 14. 14 reminds me of alchemy in the tarot. Fire and water creating steam. It's on page 46 and 47. And this one says, a Persian tale tells us of a laborer who fell in love with a princess. To deter him from pursuing his daughter, the king set him an impossible task. But upon seeing him near to completing it, the king told him that the princess had died. The workman, distraught, killed himself, and from his blood the first tulips grew. Don't let the lies of others deter you from achieving your goals. You know how capable you are, even if others doubt you. Don't be fooled by the falsehoods they spin to keep you from greatness. Okay, this is making sense because I did open myself up a few days ago for your energy and your reading and how things will come into my life that need to happen anyway, and so they'll happen in alignment with the work that I'm doing. I had someone try to paint me as a villain, as if I might potentially be a danger to people around them. It was wild energetic interference. Absolutely, unbelievably, like, just deception, lies, like not even close to the truth. And it was meant to try to slow me down. Now, whether this person intended that, I don't think so. Was that the energy intention? The energies that influenced this person, that was allowing their energy to be influenced because of unhealed parts of them, unhealed emotions? Yes. Similar energy with this. Don't let the lies, the deception, the energetic influences of other people, hear me please, do not let that stop you from achieving your goals. Do not let it slow you down. Yes, you may feel a certain amount of feeling about it. Don't repress your feelings. Don't shut them down. Don't wall them up. Feel what you need to feel, but don't let it slow you. You get like a day, an hour, a few hours, dedicated to it. And then you have your plan to get right back up on that horse, okay? And keep galloping forward. You know how capable you are. You know this. You know how amazing you are. There's no way that you know who I am, have seen the work I do, the way that I speak, the messages that I deliver, and you order not just one, but twice the reading. You have some pretty strong faith in yourself and the good person that you are, and the amount of like dedication that you have for your journey. Like, that speaks so much, it speaks volumes to your belief in yourself, because I'm direct. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm a very authentic, direct person, and I'll give a hard message if you need a hard message. And the hardest message I've got right now for you is like, for your guides to bring this out as kind of like a bonus thing. Like, could you also tell them this, please? They're kind of letting people get to them. Fair. Humans are hard to get along with. People that just like love animals and like they make animals their whole personality. It's probably because they like have been let down by humans so much. And do you blame them? I don't. I don't. Humans, we are imperfect. And the thing is that because we're imperfect, we need to show grace and forgiveness and love, but also set really firm boundaries. And when someone is trying to paint you in a light that is unkind and untrue, don't let it get you down. And even if they're right, okay? Let's say that even if they give you harsh words and they're right and you did make a mistake, examine it. Be accountable for it. You don't need to grovel, but you do need to decide if you're going to change behavior or move on from the person. Change behavior or move on, okay? And then they have to decide that they're going to actually allow you to not make that mistake again and not make you relive your mistake over and over and over and over and over again. It's normal and natural for them to think about like, ooh, how one of us hurt each other and we don't want to be hurt again, okay? But like, if for some reason you did do something, like, remember, you don't deserve to have to pay for that over and over and over again. Only humans do that. Literally no other animal in the animal kingdom does that. If you've never read The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, I highly recommend it. It has a part in there where it talks about like bears don't like swipe berries from each other or fight with each other and then remember like 5 weeks later, like, I remember when Harold took my berries. Like, paraphrasing, it doesn't really say it like that, but that's how I remember it. Whew, we're already 29 minutes in. Dang. Okay. Told you, get cozy. We're going to be here for a minute. Don't be fooled by the falsehoods they spin to keep you from greatness. A super important message. My left ear just did a little zing, which is reminding me that like that's an important part of this message, and I'm really glad that they brought that forward. I don't feel like that message is going to be continued throughout the rest of the reading, but it is kind of, if you're going to stop listening at some point, like they wanted to get that out first. All right, soul coaching oracle cards. What are we doing in here? Shuffle 3 times. Split and go down 5. Okay, shuffle 3 times. 1. St. Patrick's Day, 317. 2. St. Patrick. 3. Ow. Split and go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 3:17 p.m. It is 3:17 p.m. still. Voyage 51. Oh, this is pretty. Look at that. Gorgeous ship. Sail away, sail away, sail away. You know, this is interesting because it looks like it's daylight, but it also looks like it's got the stars there down in the water and also up in the sky, up high there. If it focuses right, you can kind of see the stars up in the corner, up in this corner. There's like little stars that show up. I can't get it focused right. Anyway, hopefully you can see them kind of twinkling as I move that back and forth. So it's interesting where it's like everything is happening in this card. It seems like the water is pretty calm, but like those are storm clouds, like things are brewing. But you're not on the roughest of seas right now, but being aware of where your ship is going. Like you're on a journey, be aware of where your ship are going. Your sails are at like they're all up. Full sail ahead, right? But be mindful of when you need to take those sails down so you don't capsize your ship, and like when you need to stop going full force ahead. But right now you're being given like the go ahead to charge forward. Don't let somebody stop you. I know we're just moving from that message to this one, but don't let someone stop you. But also know when to bring those sails down when things start to look like they're getting more than just a minor inconvenience or like a tiny little injury. You're pretty resilient is what I'm hearing. This is card number 51. Been through plenty. Been through plenty. I am safe and loved no matter where I am. 117, page 116 and 117. That's what the affirmation is for this card. It says, a journey is coming. Rather than staying in a safe harbor, let your sails unfurl to the wind. The universe, oh, I'm getting chills again on my back, like kind of where like wings might be across the back there. Is that your scapula? Like back there where the scapulas are? Let your sails unfurl to the wind. The universe absolutely knows, cherishes, and protects you as you ride the currents of your life. Your life is a spiritual voyage, and it isn't always what it seems. That's reminding me of like the message of just because you hear it, like trust what you see, like trust your own intuition, right? So if you see something happening in the real world, but you hear something different, and you feel something different within, trust what you sense. Trust your gifts. Something could look like a complete cluster F out there. Just total chaos out there, and you may hear something totally different within of what's going on. Trust that. Or where I heard shamanic, and I have these different shamanic bridge cups, I saw the cup and was like, no, it is well with your soul. It is well with my soul. 321. Your life is a spiritual voyage and isn't always what it seems. There have been no wrong turns. Every adventure and misadventure was a part of this course. You're a sacred traveler on a pilgrimage to your soul. There's always a deeper meaning to your life's journey than what appears on the surface, even when you're sailing through dark waters and stormy seas. If you allow yourself to feel it, you'll know that you're always seen, loved, and cherished by the universe, the creator, and your angels. Oh my gosh, it says angels at the end. I love the little like wings on the back. I love that. Archangel Raphael. If you don't work with Archangel Raphael yet, I highly recommend that for you. Okay, now let's go into tarot here. What we're going to get all 8 cards. That's what we're doing. I also have all these, like, in this deck, I have all these, like, deities. Whew. These cards just look, like, all over the place. Is that what your life feels like sometimes? Okay. We're going to pull out one of these. I don't know if you believe in fairies. You don't have to. But I will say that this is even wilder. I pulled these 2 out together, and when I had my eyes closed, I thought very quickly, very briefly, how cool would it be if the "me help me please" came out? But then when I asked which one I should grab, I grabbed this one, which says "Fairies, please help me." It actually says "The Fairy Queen, please help me." But then this other one is "Me, please help me." Pretty cool. So asking yourself, your higher self, your higher selves to help you. I would not be surprised if you also had a past life or had fairy DNA. I always feel a little weird saying that stuff because I know that it's such a like taboo thing for some people, but I am just going to put forward what is being put out to me. And with the synchronicity of the "me help me," I'm gonna stick with the fairy thing and the Odin and Freya thing and the Shield Maiden thing. And who knew you were getting a past life reading on top of all of it? But hey, here you go. I do those too. So why not throw it in with this? So maybe a connection there too. You may be someone that feels very, very, very connected to nature, like sitting in forests, sitting in fields, being able to watch a lake for hours or a river, just sitting there and just putting your feet in, and maybe you're someone that likes to like pick wildflowers, forage mushrooms, go camping, like very like outdoorsy in a bare feet kind of way. Maybe you walk around barefoot like all the time. I do. Like I'm constantly barefoot everywhere. So okay, so we're going to take all 8. We're doing 4 and 4. 10 of Cups and the Hangman. Hangman is literally Odin. 10 of Cups is one of like divine love. So love from Odin and Freya. Love from divine helpers. So much love on your journey. I'm getting, some tingles right across here right now. That's my right side. Just like from here to here. Love it. Just gonna shuffle regularly. Don't need to go down a certain amount or anything, it sounds like. We have the 8 of Swords coming out there. Something upside down, so something that may be hard for you to hear, hard for you to see, hard for you to overcome, maybe something that you don't really know, maybe it's a new perspective. We have the 3 of Wands, and then we have another one that is upside down again, but this one's kind of sideways, so we're actually going to flip it sideways is what I'm hearing for that. This Eight of Swords generally stands for someone who has been restricted by something that's actually not, and it's a non-issue. It seems, by the looks of it, and this goes back to like not everything is as it seems, right, from the other card. It seems as if there's like this obstacle in front of you. But like this card here, it shows a blindfold on a raven, or a crow, rather. Kind of looks like a raven beak, though. Anyway, it looks like, you know, this blindfold is on this raven, but it's loose. Look, there's like literally that ribbon is put down by a sword. And what does a sword do? It cuts. So like a little bit of movement and like this raven could just slice its way free. None of it is truly restricting. It's not well bound. And even the swords that are around it, it's not a real cage. It kind of looks like a cage, but a little bit of maneuvering, you might get a tiny injury. You know, you might lose a couple feathers trying to get out of that. But overall, like, you're not as restricted as it seems right now, you know? And there's clarity ahead. So we had the star card come out in my mind's eye with me saying 17, the star card. And that's actually what you see on this card is you see the star, which it's hope and faith. And it's pointing, this card is actually pointing to this crow looking out over the ocean at the star, at hope, at faith, at the future ahead. Yeah, there's some stormy seas, like the voyage card talked about, but you make it through. So we're going to pull this one. This is the Four of Cups. So sometimes I'm also going to read these from the book, from the Crow Tarot book. But when we look at the Four of Cups and we look at it both this way and this way, it reminds me, both reversed and upright, it reminds me of the energy of someone that can't see their own value fully and is always looking for themselves to be more, but also that can't see the value of everything they have around them in full, and maybe is always seeking a little bit more, seeking maybe more validation, more reassurance. It's giving a little bit of insecurity, especially paired with this, and that may be hard for you to hear. That may be one of those hard pills to swallow, or it seems like it's really hard to overcome that type of thing. It could be part of this restriction that's here. We're going to flip this like a pancake. And we've got the Seven of Swords. So you may have some energetic interference that's trying to take from you, like take energy. It's not really the right, like by allowing for these thoughts to come in, or this lack of confidence or security, the insecurity, so the lack of security in self, sureness of self, confidence in self, maybe even things like self-worth. By not having that security, it kind of hijacks your energy. It's an energy trying to get away with something, get away with holding you back. Now, this feels like it's both an internal thing and external thing, as above, so below, as within, so without. So if there are people around you that are these types of energies in the spirit realm and in the real world, it's also probably somewhat reflective of what's going on inside of you as well. And the best way to overcome that is always start with self. Always start with reflection on self, of how can you better manage your energy? How can you better nurture yourself, give yourself that security, give yourself that validation, give yourself all of those things that you're trying to seek from others. It's all about internal healing first, And then as within, so without, we'll then start to see what that means is whatever's happening within is also happening on the outside. And what's happening on the outside is also happening on the inside. And whatever is happening above in heaven is also happening below on the earth, and so on and so forth. So if something great is happening in heaven, something great down here on the earth is also happening as well. That's where we find it, right? And we bring that heaven to earth. So start with self. When we get focused on what everyone else is doing, even what other negative energies are doing in the spirit realms, when we focus too much on that, don't ignore it. It's happening. So, be mindful and aware of it. And then also go, okay, now how can I make these things repulse from me, like move away from me, by shifting my energy, by focusing my intentions on how I can be a better version of me. Okay, so let's read these after we pull these next ones, is what I'm hearing. Don't put the cart before the horse. All right, 8 of Wands. We have fast moving energy. There may be some things that you struggle with impulsiveness or wanting to have things now, but also major shifts changing, as within, so without. So like you may have things whipping through quickly, but remember they're temporary. So there could be opportunities that pop up and leave, and you might go, well, what did I do something wrong? No. You will jump on the opportunities that you're meant to jump on. And some of them you're meant to let pass by. Some people you're meant to let pass by. And some of these frustrations and painful things you're meant to also just let them pass by, flow by like water. And then there's 2 over here that came out. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Swords in reverse. So we had the 7 of Swords upright and now the 7 of Swords in reverse. So we're going to read these cards, but also the reverse aspects of them. 6 of Wands, 7 of Swords in reverse. Maybe a feeling of, when I see these together, it could be that you have this feeling of like not being very successful or not being able to stay committed to things with the fast moving energy. Like, that this is the thing that you deal with like some impulsiveness or not following through or moving on to new topics all the time, where you get interested in one thing, then you hop to the next and you kind of forget about the other thing that you were really into, and kind of shift a lot. And that can give you this sense of feeling unsuccessful. Spirit actually loves a person that is like that. We learn how to tame that, or to hone that, focus that in the right directions. But Spirit loves a person that hops from thing to thing to thing to thing. Okay. Spirit loves an ADHD brain. Not diagnosing you or anything like that, but like Spirit loves a person that can be redirected, because humans are always making free will choices, and Spirit needs soldiers that are willing to go out there and answer the call that's right there in the moment, in that exact moment. And then we have the Justice card in reverse here as well, which I'm going to leave that to Spirit to read from the book on that one. Okay. Because I could read it as, there's some injustice around, but we're going to start from here to here, and then we're going to go over here. So we're going to do them like this. We have the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords upright. The crow is caught in a cage of swords and wrapped in a long red ribbon that represents her limiting self-beliefs. She is a prisoner, powerless due to a lack of vision or inability to break free from her self-imposed cage. 8 of Swords is a message to take back your power by looking at your situation from a different angle. We had the perspective, changing your perspective on the inconveniences in your life. at the beginning. The Eight of Swords denotes a challenge due to restrictions that apply to or that appear to be overwhelming or beyond your capabilities. So that idea of, there just may be some skills that we need to hone. You may feel a little bit like unsuccessful in some areas or not experienced enough for something. Don't worry. God qualifies the called, okay? Like in anything that you want to do in this life that you are meant to do, you are qualified, because whatever you are destined to do, you will be given the skills that you need to do it, or given the avenues that you need in order to build yourself. And it may take cycles. It may not be the very first time that you try that you succeed, but you get back up and you try again and you try it another way. You have the power to overcome any problem. The Eight of Swords asks that you look inward to discover the potential within. And then we have the Three of Wands up right here. Eager for new adventure, the crow looks across an expansive body of water in the distance where she sees a new land to explore. He is ready, or it is ready to move beyond the familiar comforts of home to seek new ventures and experiences. That Voyage card popping out in my head. The Three of Wands suggests looking for a new beginning or opportunity in your life, whether it is traveling abroad or starting a new project or going back to school. This card brings the message that now is the time to go after your dreams. They may be significant and vast as the ocean. Move forward with faith. You will make it across. And then we have the Seven of Swords. The cunning trickster crow is trying to fly away with a stash of shiny swords before the other crows can get them, but there are too many for him to carry. Nonetheless, he is pleased with what he can take. The Seven of Swords denotes a person who is attempting to deceive you. We had that card from before. That's very much supporting this message now. Like, don't let those people bring you down. The Seven of Swords denotes a person who is attempting to deceive you or is trying to get away with something unethical. If you are hoping to be able to trick or take advantage of a person, the Seven of Swords serves as a warning that your plans will fall through or you risk getting caught. I don't really feel like that part's for you. I feel like it's that other one was pointing to this one, going, don't read it as if like you're trying to do something wrong. I feel in my soul that you are not trying to harm people, that you are not that kind of a person at all. Then we have the Four of Cups that was both upright and reversed. It was sideways. So we're going to read a little bit of both. We're going to figure out what is resonating here. The crow in the tree pays no attention to the cup in the sky, nor has any interest in discovering the contents of the cup below. He sits detached from his community, unmotivated to do much of anything. So there may be that feeling of not feeling successful, not feeling like you can keep your focus on things, or like maybe you feel like you're losing opportunities or you didn't jump on an opportunity. Kind of this like maybe this feeling of injustice coming up. Or like you just can't do, like you feel restricted. Like you feel like you can't make the right moves. You don't know how to make the right moves forward. So he sits detached from his community, unmotivated to do much of anything, and is bored by yet another shiny object. The Four of Cups speaks to a time of depression and an inability to find anything to be excited about. You may be in a time of self-imposed darkness. Self-imposed. Whether it's from disappointment or a bad relationship, like this energy here. The Four of Cups asks that you go inward and look for what brought you to this place of discontentment. It also may be a good time to take stock in all the things that have been going well, as this is the quickest way to raise low spirits. When the Four of Cups appears reversed, it may indicate the hard work you have put in has paid off, and any hardship or difficulty will soon come to an end. So remembering that your hard work that you've already put in and that you are going to be putting in is going to pay off for you. So these hiccups these obstacles that you're going through, these tiny, painful instances that just keep coming over and over again, they do come to an end and your hard work does pay off. It's not for nothing. You're not going through all of this for nothing. Everything you've been through is not for nothing. That's important too. Okay, and we're going to read these ones this way. The Eight of Wands. Oh, I love it. This one's the cat's name is Horace, which I have just such a love for Horace. It's on page 68 and 69. It says, although this plump cat may prefer to spend his afternoons lazily lounging on a cozy sofa, he will seemingly burst out of his comfort zone and into a state of motion when the moment strikes. It may be the sound of a can opener or a bird chirping a little too close to the window. Whatever it may be, the not so restful cat draws a quick conclusion and jumps to action. So like I said before, when the right opportunity comes along, you are going to go after it. You may need to give yourself a little bit of a nudge, but you're going to know. You're just going to know that it is the right one for you. And those other ones that you let pass by, you've got to let it go. The other people that you let pass by, you've got to let that go. And by let that go, I mean, don't beat yourself up like you did something wrong. We're working from now, okay? When we have a GPS that said that we needed to turn right 10 blocks back, we don't always flip a UE. Sometimes we turn right and like go around the block or go a different way, or we miss the exit. And we can't just flip a UE on the highway. We've got to get off at the next off ramp and go across the bridge and get back on to go the other direction, or we find another way if there's some other obstacle in the way there, all right? Sometimes we change the entire different destination. I went an hour in the wrong direction when I was on my way down to Arizona a few years back. I went towards Portland instead of Eugene. And I felt so dumb because it added like 2 hours to my journey. And I was already going to be in the car for so long. But I didn't beat myself up the whole way. I just went, well, that sucks. All right. Now we are where we are. We got to turn around. We're not going to cancel the whole trip. We're not going to cancel our whole voyage, our whole journey because we missed a couple of turns or an exit or went the wrong direction for a little bit, right? You hear what I mean? That'd be so silly if I just decided to go home because I went the wrong direction for a little while. I'm packed to go on a particular journey. You're going on the journey, okay? You're going on the journey. You're on the journey. You already committed to it. So let's go. Let's go. The Eight of Wands brings a message of committing to an idea and taking action. So there's that same idea of like maybe you do struggle a little bit with committing to it, but hey, for the right one you will, and ask for the help that you need if you're having trouble. Like ask Spirit to help bring the spirit of commitment into the things that you're meant to follow through on, the spirit of follow through, the spirit of healing procrastination, becoming friends with the procrastination instead of enemies. When you accept a piece of information and decide to move forward with complete conviction, you will have the energy and stamina to swiftly reach success. Your creative mind will help you anticipate obstacles before they become insurmountable, and as a result, you will find the success you desire. You will find the success you desire will appear more quickly. This is not a time to be wishy-washy or overanalyze the situation. No, the call is for you to get into high gear because the pathway to success is opening. The Eight of Wands does come with one warning. Because you will be moving along a rather fast clip of your intended goal. Remember, if you're full speed ahead, those sails were all up and Spirit said, go all in here. Go forward, gallop forward, and do not let other people stop you. Do not let other people interfere with your energy. Because you will be moving along at a rather fast clip to your intended goal, valuable information that will prove useful in the future may be overlooked. Pay close attention to the details. You don't want to make an error in haste. The energy attributes in the positive upright position are understanding a situation instantly, being able to predict what is required of you without much information. Then we go on to the Seven of Swords. This is in reverse. So the negative energy attributes are dishonest, refusing to help others, or avoids difficulties. This is on page 126 and 127. What I gather from this one is that dishonest energy may be influencing you a little too much, and you may need to let go of someone or distance yourself from someone or protect your energy more. Have better energy protection practices like I talked about in the beginning. Make sure that you are generously giving your own help out to people that like, and following through on it. Like, if you say you're going to help somebody, make sure you're following through on that. But the thing that sticks out the most is the avoids difficulties. When something's hard for you, I think sometimes you just go, I can't do it. And you get that energy of like, you don't feel like successful or equipped or like you can. So make sure that you're asking for the assistance that you need in that. That's what I'm hearing that I need to read off of that one, being that it's in reverse. 6 of Wands. Oh, the cat's name. Sorry. Yes, got it. Amanda is the cat's name for this card, by the way. And then, 1 second. I'm in the middle of a recording, okay, baby? And then the 6 of Wands. Millie, Hallie, and Wallace. Dedicated to Millie, Hallie, and Wallace. Oh, there's 3 cats on this one. But this is in the reverse. So the negative energy attributes when in reverse says shrinking away from praise and diminishing your contribution. So these are things to remember, like you may be giving up. You may be... Hold on 1 second. Hey kids, you need to close your doors. Okay. This is what happens when I can't pause. We're at 1 hour and 1 minute already. Okay. Yeah, so shrinking away from praise and diminishing your contribution. So maybe just not feeling very confident about like what you have to offer in this world, not feeling successful, not feeling equipped, that same type of energy. Hold your head. Like, I just keep wanting to put my chin up. Like, hold your head high. Like, you have so much to offer. I think a lot of people in the world put other people on a pedestal. Like, they're somehow better. Like, I know that, like, this is for the one that purchased this. You had... thanked me for the work I do in the collective. And it was so sweet. Like your email was so sweet to me. And I was just thinking like, yeah, back at you. Like you offer so, like I can tell by the energy that you emit, like you offer so much to this world. So like, don't forget that like you have a bright light too. Don't forget that like you have a lot to contribute as well. And the things that are most valuable about you are the things that you do without even like having to try. Like for me, the thing that's most valuable, well, maybe not most valuable, but like the things that make us shine so much are the things that we often take for granted or we don't actually like about ourselves or didn't like about ourselves for a long time. My drive for justice, my like directness, my bold personality, I never really liked that about me. It is one of my strongest parts of me that makes me an amazing human, a wonderful human, a great asset for anyone to have in their life if they're willing to hear the truth, if they're willing to see their own reflection, the way that I look at my own reflection in the mirror every day, multiple times a day. People that hang out with me a lot, they know I'm constantly self-reflecting, that I'm always looking at another angle. Is there another way I could look at this? I'm asking for feedback. I'm asking people, am I hearing this wrong? Am I seeing this wrong? Don't pander to me. Don't placate me. Don't just tell me what I want to hear. Like if I'm looking at this wrong, tell me please, because I'm okay with being wrong, right? So just remember you have a lot to offer as well. And that feels really important. And then the Justice card. I'm hearing I'm going to read the whole card, even though it came in upside down, because energy is shifting. Also card 11. Dedicated to Tika is the name of the cat. So it came out upside down. We're going to hold it upright. The negative energy attributes are Sees each situation as black and white without any nuance or gray areas. Can't conceive how a situation could be perceived as unfair or unjust. Rigid mindset, unable to make a decision due to endlessly weighing all the pros and cons. I do that too, so I get it. I love to look at all the perspectives and then I can't move forward sometimes. Human, totally human. Questions the morality of others. So in the upright position, we're going to read the whole card though. Tika is a remarkable cat with a peculiar habit. She spends most of her day in an office with her human, an ethics professor at a local college. Tika, sensing perhaps a dilemma troubling her human, always knows which book will offer a fair and impartial solution. Of course, this cat can't read, K-A-N-T, is in quotes, can't read, but maybe she can judge a book by its cover. For every action or decision, there is a reaction. A choice that seems banal today may have significant implications later on down the road. Justice asks that you do not try to see too far into the future, but instead use your intuition and gained wisdom to make the best decision at this time. My right ear kind of hollowed out a little bit, like important. If you are involved in a legal matter or a situation that requires a ruling or conclusion from an authority figure, you will benefit greatly from keeping your emotions in balance and avoid acting in a manner that would be counterproductive to your end goal. You may need to take responsibility for your actions and hold yourself accountable. When justice appears, truth prevails. And so the positive energy attribute side, the one that we're aiming for, is weighing each side evenly before reacting, seeking balance and harmony, aware of cause and effect, understands karma, accountable for actions, expects an even playing field for all. Thank you for letting me read your energy. It was delightful. If you want to meet face-to-face, we can do so by booking through pagehook.com. I do video chat sessions there. This card's fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Remember that you are on a journey and both negative and positive things do happen. It's the degree to which they happen when we start responding versus reacting, shifting our perspective. A lot of the time, our whole life changes just by the shift in perspective of how we view it, because it changes the way that we respond, and therefore it changes the way other people respond to our new response to something. And that feels important to share to you as well. Thank you again for this opportunity to read for you. I want to remind you of the numbers 222 and 456 and also 1111. Thanks so much.